Good evening and welcome to you all. And thank you for being curious about marketing your business. So here we are, therapists, coaches, health workers, maybe with a desire to be of service in the world. So we've done years and years of training, have we not? Yeah? We've been to all the workshops. We've been to the seminars. So we have a great deal of knowledge now, and indeed, no small skill. We have all the letters after our names and all the certificates, and we're ready to embark on this adventure of being self-employed or having our own business or having our own practice, whatever you choose to call it. However, did anybody here learn as you were becoming a therapist how to do the marketing? No. So this is where we begin, many years down the line perhaps, or you may be beginning fresh, out of having been qualified and now with this desire to create something just for you. So tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about the way that I've done it. I want to share with you my experience, because for me it's been incredibly fulfilling, a wonderful journey. And that's because I was lucky enough to do some coach training early on. And they introduced me to the value system of creating my own business and the living in my values. So I don't know if any of you have heard of Stephen Covey, who's a very famous international coach. And Stephen Covey talks about becoming successful, but finding that you climbed up the ladder only to find yourself leaning against the wrong wall. So what I'd like to do is help you to get onto the right ladder for you, so that when you are successful, and indeed some of you may well be successful already, when you get to the top of the ladder, you're feeling fulfilled as well as successful. In other words, all the money is rolling in, all the clients are there, everything that you ever desired is there, and you're getting the feeling of fulfillment. Now for me, that's been the values process. Does everybody in the audience know what values mean? Okay, so I just want you to consider for a moment the worst day of your life. Just consider it for a moment. Don't want you to go into the feelings of it, but what feelings did you get from the worst day of your life? Just sing it out to me. Fear. Despair. Hopeless. Rejection. Sinking feelings. Disappointment, absolutely, yeah. So those are the few of the feelings that you would have got when you had the worst day of your life. Now I'd like you to consider having the best day of your life. So I'd like to invite you just to close your eyes for a moment and bring it up in glorious Technicolor and Dolby sound, the best day of your life. And just notice in your imagination who was with you. And notice what you could touch. Notice what you could smell. Notice the quality of the light. Notice what you could hear. And when you're ready, just open your eyes and sing out to me the feelings from that. Exhilaration, joy, well-being, love, bliss, clarity and wonder, and peace, and expansion. So what I want to offer to you is in those moments, you are in your values. So your values are a set of really good, wonderful feelings. They're uplifting feelings. Now values, you don't learn them, you don't earn them, you don't have to work hard for them. They are intrinsic to who you are as a human being. They're part of who you are when you're being true to yourself. So when you're not experiencing your values as good feelings, guess what? You're going to feel very, very uncomfortable. So that could be something that you may choose to develop, the awareness of how am I feeling here before I even begin my practice? How am I feeling about going into it? So when you're not experiencing your values, what's going to happen in your practice? Write down. Are you going to be vibrating at the level at which you would love to in order to attract all the wonderful clients that are out there looking for you right now? And how are they going to find you? So values are probably one of the most important things that I've developed over the years.
Just notice inside, think that thought, that triggering thought. I wonder when the clients will stop coming. And just notice how much of that gripping feeling you can get in your solar plexus.
Well, not very much.
Well, it was a 5
Right
before.
now it seems kind of amusing.
Well, say some more. What's amusing about it?
Well, and maybe a better word is it seems a little bit ridiculous.
Ridiculous that a client
That I think like that.
Uh-huh.
That I go back and forth and vacillate. But there is an up and down flow to things, you know. But actually, if I go back to November of 1989, I've never been without a client.
Well, let's
That's
just,
when I started.
let's just
And I don't know. I don't know whether it's got something to do with the fact that my husband died and I don't feel the support there. I don't know what all is really in that.
Okay, so let's
I've never
just
really
do,
explored that probably as deeply as I should.
even though there
though-
are probably some feelings about this that I haven't explored.
Even though there are some feelings about this that I haven't explored.
And maybe it has something to do with grief and loss.
And maybe it has something to do with grief and loss.
And it may have something to do with a feeling of lack of support.
And may have something to do with a feeling of lack of support. That feels right.
Yeah.
That really feels right. Lack of support.
Maybe sort of, now I want to try this out, but it might not be right for you. Feeling all alone? Feeling like I
Well,
have to do this all by myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me feel like crying.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
So
it's all right.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah. Even though I feel like I'm all by myself.
Yeah.
And I have to do this all alone.
And I have to do this all alone.
And I don't have his support anymore.
And I don't have his support anymore.
I love and accept myself anyway.
I love and accept myself anyway.
And I know where he is. He's loving and accepting me too.
Oh, I know where he is. And he definitely was loving and accepting of me. And he would still be.
And he is still. Where he is now is what I'm thinking. Where he is now,
Okay.
he's still loving and accepting
Okay.
me. He's still supporting me.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. He's still loving and accepting.
So even though I do still feel all alone,
And
It's
even
okay.
though I do still feel all alone,
and there's a lot of feeling in this for me.
and there's a lot of feeling in this for me,
I feel like I have to do this myself.
I feel like I have to do this myself.
We feel this way, right? I'm all alone. I have to do this myself.
Yeah.
They don't understand me a lot of times.
Who's they?
They, whoever they is,
Oh.
we all have some they who don't understand
There are
us.
some days that don't always understand me.
Yeah. I love and accept myself anyway.
I love and accept myself anyway.
And I love the creativity and the reaching of other people's hearts.
And I love the creativity and the reaching of other people's hearts.
Even though I do feel all alone sometimes,
Even though I do feel all alone sometimes.
I love that I have this ability to reach other people's hearts and connect with them.
I love that I have this ability to reach other people's hearts and connect with them.
And I'm grateful to have the tool of EFT to do that with.
And I'm grateful to have the tool of EFT to do that with
For the rest of my life.
for the rest of my life.